just left Salt Lake City, heading for Moab. I didn't realize Utah had autumn colors that are as beautiful as Vermont. It's hard to see with the sun glare on my windshield, but there are some really vivid colors. I spent last October in Vermont. It was beautiful, but it was rainy and dreary on the day I drove the scenic highway with all the foliage. Here in Utah, it's been sunny and 70 every day like California. Perfect weather. Another thing I didn't realize is how scenic this drive would be. It's Route 89 to Route 6. I'll be spending the night at a Walmart in Price, Utah, 2 hours south of Salt Lake City. I've been trying to keep my travels to 100 miles a day so I don't get burnt out. Last night at the Price, Utah Walmart wasn't all bad, but when you get west of the Mississippi, there are a lot of vehicles that sound like they have no mufflers. So for 2 hours last night, somebody was driving up and down Main Street by the Walmart with the loudest exhaust system ever. I felt like he was angry at the entire town for some reason. It's a quirky little town, Price, Utah. Seems like they might have some eccentrics. My last overnight stop before Moab is a town called Green River. I was able to get a KOA campsite in Green River, but the check-in time isn't until 3, so I'm killing time at a Love's truck stop. And I see that it has hookups for RVs to spend the night, which is something I've never seen before. It's got water and electricity, sewer hookup, a decent-looking dog park. So you pay online in advance and check in at this kiosk, which I'm guessing would result in the electricity being turned on at the site. $50 is kind of steep for what you're getting here. It's not the quietest spot, but it'll do in a pinch. But out in the middle of nowhere, there aren't too many options, I guess. Okay, some planes just landed next to this truck stop campground. That is so bizarre. A real full-service truck stop. RVs, semis, and airplanes. The Green River KOA. We get our own little AstroTurf yard. No truck noise and no planes landing. This is one of the most scenic drives I've ever been on. Salt Lake City through Price, Utah and Green River to Moab. We must be getting close to Moab. Everything is turning red. Downtown Moab. This is the campground I'll be staying at for the next 12 nights while I explore Arches National Park and Canyonlands National Park. I can't check in for another hour, so I'm seeing what I'm in for. A little on the crowded side. I'm loving all the trees, though. I hope I get a site in the back away from the traffic. It's pretty loud. Fingers crossed that my site isn't close to the street. So after checking in yesterday, not only did they put me close to the street, It is the smallest campsite I've ever had. When I walk out of the van, I practically step on the picnic table. I wasn't even sure which picnic table is mine because they're so close. I could even just reach out the van window and help myself to somebody's food. I was obviously put here because my camper van is so small. Sometimes my size gets me the best spot and sometimes not. If I look on the bright side, quiet, comfortable campsites can encourage laziness, for me anyway, like binge watching and pizza delivery. So when the traffic noise woke me up this morning, it motivated me to plan on spending the night in Arches National Park, which is something I've done before in national parks, and it was a great experience. I spent a night atop Cadillac Mountain in Arcadia National Park, and I spent the night in Yellowstone, just a few yards away from the Geyser Old Faithful. So I'm going to try to do it in Arches. We're in Arches National Park, where we'll be spending the night. This is the view from my bedroom window. I chose this parking lot at Balance Rock because this is a must-see, and it's one of the few places with cell service in Arches. Got here just in time for the sunset. Balance Rock is the one that looks like a lollipop. It was created by millions and millions of years of erosion. There was another one called Chip Off the Old Block, but it collapsed in the 1970s. Balance Rock will eventually collapse too, unfortunately. There's the van. Lots of people here to check out the sunset. I may not be alone in the parking lot during the night if people are here for stargazing.
Be careful, babe.
There's a footprint right here.
Sure people find it.
The park is open 24 hours for people to view the sunset, the stars, and the sunrise. "10 o'clock at night and everyone is gone but us and the Balance Rock parking lot. The moon is out, giving us some light. It's going to be a quiet night in Arches. Can't wait to see the rest of it.